What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we're jumping in real quick for a reactant run. It's going to be a survival. It'll probably be, what, 10 minutes? It's an alert, no, it's a reactant, so we can go probably a couple waves, but I'll just keep you guys for just a little bit while we talk about some things, some stuff that happened, including the charity, the 100-hour charity event, which happened yesterday, and that was really fun. There were a little bit of issues. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But what I want to talk about real quick about that event is the fact that we were hoping to get $15,000 in donations for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And we surpassed that. We made it to $18,102 for the entire event. I was the second to last streamer, and in my session we just peaked over 17,000, so there was a giveaway and all that stuff in there. So that was cool. We also, everyone got to give away like 250 platinum in their session, and then there were all sorts of people deleting their Warframes for certain donation amounts, and doing certain types of mission types and different stuff like that for different donations and whatnot, and it was an awesome event. I probably watched at least 60 hours of the entire event. Out of the 100, I probably watched at least 60. Spent so much time just kind of hanging out and doing stuff. So the last few days, that's been why there hasn't been videos, because I was in preparation for the event, and I didn't really want to take away from the what was going on. I mean, I didn't, I wasn't gonna, I haven't been streaming, but I didn't want to stream during then. I didn't want to, be producing stuff. I wanted to give that event my full attention because it was a big event. It was really important, that happened. So I just want to point out a few statistics that I talked about on the stream, but by the end, with that $18,000 in donations, we were able to help. At that point, it was about 120 women. About 120 women were able to get mammograms. So, if you don't know, it costs about $150. I mean, I'm sure there's health insurance stuff that limits that, and Medicare or whatever that limits that. There are some places that give free mammograms because of foundations like this one that allow women to be able to go and do that. But what we donated to them, $150, is approximately what a mammogram would cost, probably before all that stuff kicks in. So like I said, that gives 120 women the opportunity to get a mammogram, and out of one of every 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. So that gives, out of those 120 people, that gives about 21, if I'm doing my math right, pretty close to that, 20 to 21 women will have the breast cancer detected. And while it's a downer that someone would be diagnosed with this, if these people are detected early enough in their lives, before when breast cancer is at its most irrelevant, well, I mean, it's not irrelevant, but when it's least important, if they can catch it early, those are lives saved. Those are women that could potentially not see certain surgery types of results and stuff like that. Unfortunately, a lot of women do lose their breasts. A lot of, when you go through chemo, you're gonna have either the hair problems, and that's a big deal. That's tough. That is, I've never had to experience it. I don't know anyone incredibly close that has had breast cancer. I do have a cousin that has gone through their last stage of chemo, and they are recovering right now, and I know how tough that was for their immediate family, having to travel and having to do, or having to just emotionally deal with all of this. And I mean, I wanted to be a part of this because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to help, you know, anyone that could possibly have to deal with this in the future. So, I don't know. I'm just grateful that I was a part of it. Like I said, we were able to in a weekend, pretty much, like 3 to 4 days, we were able to. I want to make sure that people are staying or not. Yeah, people are staying. Okay. In just those few days, think about it. We potentially saved over 20 lives. That's crazy to me. That is something that you don't get to most people don't get to say. You know what I mean? And it was a joint effort, so I'm not taking credit for saving 21 lives. But in my session, I think I raised. I think the donators in my session were able to pull through and raise enough money for at least 1 mammogram, and that is a big deal because that's someone that can either detect breast cancer and do something about it, or someone who finds out that they do not, and that is peace of mind, and that's a big deal. That's huge, and I'm just glad that I could do something. I could do something for that, and like part of me, I can feel like a little bit of the emotional tug where it's just like that's a big deal, and I don't know. I'm just so happy that I was a part of it, and I really want to thank the mods that were a part of this because they were they really had to work, you know, and they had to be there, you know, on and off. The different mods had to be there for the full 100 hours to keep this thing running, and to run donations, or not run donations, but run giveaways, and obviously keep up with the donations and keep track of a whole lot of different stuff. And it's like, and be able to put information in the chat for everyone to see, and it's just. It was awesome. It was I'm so happy to be, like I said, be a part of that and see it all come together and come together so well. I really feel terrible, and I was really upset with myself for the fact that I had a little bit of technical difficulties. For about 10 minutes, I lost my webcam and my footage, or not my footage, my webcam and my audio. I couldn't if I had just disconnected the stream, I would have reset everything, but I couldn't reset the stream because I can't break that 100-hour giveaway. So I had to suffer and deal, and then I had to like unplug all my stuff, and kind of just reset everything in order to get the webcam and stuff going. And after that, honestly, I was like really nervous because I was like, my adrenaline went up, and I was trying to figure out what was going on, and I felt like I did awful. I felt so, I don't know, disappointed in myself, but the fact that there was some support there and people were totally cool with that, and they said, you know, it happens, it's a stream, stuff like that happens. I don't know, I don't know. I just appreciate the support. I appreciate them being awesome and, helping me succeed in doing that. And like I said, coming together and putting together something like that. So, if any of the mods happen to see this, thank you. Thank you to anyone that happened to jump in the game and help me out when we were struggling to do that Kuva Fortress spy mission. That was a struggle. I know from the 70s was in there. Someone I met at TennoCon, a really great guy. Headshot during my session dropped by, and because he was done streaming, and he pulled in his followers and friends and subs and all that to the stream, and that was awesome. That helped with the with the live stream being a thing, kind of thriving the way it has, and that was great. But and thank you to anyone who happened to jump over to YouTube and decide to follow the channel because of that. I appreciate it. And just as a heads up, this is kind of my deal. Is I kind of like to play games and talk with you guys, talk about whatever's new and relevant. I will be hopefully streaming a little bit more often, so there's a possibility of you seeing me more over there. But when updates come out, I do my best to make sure I cover the updates as soon as I possibly can. Sometimes I get videos up within an hour or two of them releasing. Sometimes, you know, the updates come out super early or super late at night or whatever, depending on when, you know, what type of update it is. You know, it is possible that Plains of Eidolon gets delayed until like midnight of a night, and I just am not there for it, you know, so forgive me if that ever becomes the case. But I do my best to make sure you guys see the content you guys want to see and are familiar with the updates when they come out. Let's build another Ceranos if possible, or sell it. But yeah, so what I do want to point out when it comes to Plains, though, is yesterday a tweet went out about the fact that dialogue, the dialogue lines for the Gara quest have been finished. So that at least the vocal lines that are going to be said in game are finished. So, with that said, I'm hoping Gara is coming out with Plains of Eidolon. They said it could be potentially delayed, but if they've made a lot of headway on the voice lines, it is possible that they come out at the same time. I kind of expect that not to be the case because, as far as I know, just because the actual audio is recorded, I'm sure they're going to have to do a lot of work when it comes to, you know, the animation of the lips and stuff actually being accurate. And, are we leaving? Anyways, the animations being accurate, and, oh, he's just going to kind of chill there and wait. Maybe we'll do another 5, I don't know. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be, it's going to be released with Plains. It would be awesome if it did, but, you know, I don't think it's likely that it's going to be the same day. But I don't know. It's possible. It's still possible, I guess. We don't know exactly when Plains is coming out, but I have this suspicion that they're gunning for tomorrow because tomorrow's Wednesday. And I also would like to believe that it's going to be ready because yesterday was Canada's Thanksgiving. I don't know if they consider it Thanksgiving. I think it is called Thanksgiving. I don't know. But it's their equivalent to the American Thanksgiving. And because of that, the office was pretty much closed down. Now, I know that there were some people at DE that were kind of working on their own time, and that's dedication for someone to go out of their way on the holiday to work on the game. And I know that to some degree, some of them were. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve, you know, even if he was sitting down with family and doing a little bit of stuff, he probably had his laptop. He was like chatting and just like over on the side. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah. So with that said, I'm hoping it'll be ready. I'm hoping that today is the day where they are kind of tying loose ends. You know, maybe doing a few more tests. They may have got it pretty much packaged up and ready to go. From someone who's worked at a big company before, and we've had to put on, you know, like special events and stuff like that. Usually what happens is, like, especially when a holiday's coming up, they work overtime, like they work like crazy before the holiday. They try and get everything established and kind of completed by the time, you know, before the holiday, and then the day after the holiday, they try to wrap it up in a pretty little bow and try to tie all the little loose ends, make sure it looks beautiful when it comes out, and then they go through and release it. So I'm hoping that's going to be what happens. I'm hoping that we can expect tomorrow to be the day, but we don't know for absolute sure. And I don't know where these reactants are. I don't know what the heck. There's a lot of guys spawning, but no reactants are dropping. I need 3 more. I need 3 more in 2 minutes, and I don't see any. Let me just real quick. Reactants. Reactants? Just in case someone can tag them for me. But yeah, so like I said, I do want to kind of I think we're pretty much wrapped up on PoE, Plains of Eidolon, and hopefully we're all good when it comes to that releasing. But I do just want to reiterate to you guys, I am going to try and stream a little bit more often. I kind of have planned for Sunday afternoons, but I do want to jump on when available sometime during the week for you guys, or maybe I just do like weekend streams and weekday Warframe stuff. I don't know, or like YouTube stuff. I don't know. I'm still thinking, but I think that's the way it's gonna go. I think I might do 2 weekend streams, or at least 1 weekend stream, maybe 2, and then every weekday will be my usual Warframe stuff. I did manage to get the reactant over there, so I'm happy that happened. But boom, right in the air. I should have caught that. I guess I'll just run. Let's swap so we can both get reactants, an extra reactant. But I think we're gonna head out of here, and that's pretty much what I have to say. When it comes to Twitch, something I would really like to do is something that I think would be great for us as a community to, you know, be able to talk back and forth and do stuff. I am probably going to leave. I don't know. Anyways, but that's going to be it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you learned a little something. Maybe you just wanted a quick recap. And if that was enough, then awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Blow!